Can I have a Quran? Today we're talking Quran and Bible.
Before I show you it,
I'm going to beat you with Bible. I'm going to beat you with Bible. I'm about to. Not playing, sir.
before I show you,
Do me a favor.
I show you
Show me the Bible. Show me the Bible. Show me the Bible.
so
Give
then-
me the Bible.
Then I will show you in the Quran that
Show me.
to receive the revelation to leave the
Lot
city.
get it.
This is
And
the
what
first-
was the revelation?
the first
Yes, sir.
to leave the city
Why?
because they are sinners in this city.
Who is sinner?
The people of that city.
Yes. And God told Lot to leave.
So Lot,
So
yeah.
who told who got who?
Because Lot is a righteous prophet.
No, sir. Lot was
No,
never a prophet
according to
either.
you. If I show it to you this in the Quran,
Sir,
then will you believe in the Quran?
when did your Quran written?
This is another point.
Yeah, but you see, I have to go what was written before. Your story came later after.
You know, everybody knows when the Quran was written.
Okay.
So
Okay. Who authenticate the Quran?
what is the? We're going in different.
Let me tell you
topics.
why. Let me tell you why. Let me
Are
tell
we
you why.
going to talk about
The
this?
Bible says, let me just speak and then you speak after. God is God
alone, by
of
the
all.
way.
God is God of all flesh. There's nothing impossible for God to do. And it is impossible for God to lie.
Salam everyone, it's Audius. We have an argument made against the Quran, which is that Lot being called a prophet is a lie that the author of the Quran has made, therefore making Allah a false god or Prophet Muhammad a false prophet. First of all, the Christian debater is definitely correct that the Quran does indeed call Lot a prophet. Chapter 6, verse 89. Lot being a prophet is an information in the Quran that people can dispute over. And a theory that is genuinely a good theory to dispute on whether Lot is a prophet biblically because of the things that he does in the Bible being so very similar to other prophets. The Quran says in the verse where it calls Lot a prophet, if they deny it, then we have entrusted it to a people who are not therein disbelievers. The verse warns against people who, after learning the Quran, do not take Lot as a prophet. In the Bible itself, who a prophet is explained according to 1 Samuel chapter 9 verse 9. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, Come, and let us go to the seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. Lot, despite not being called a seer, clearly functions as such. In Genesis chapter 19 verses 12 to 13, Lot is given the warning of the nation that they are about to get destroyed. Maybe you could argue that that's still not enough proof, but it really doesn't make God into this trickster in the Quran to say that Lot was actually a prophet, when this is genuinely a good thing to dispute about whether he was a prophet or not biblically, because of how similar he is to other prophets. There are figures called prophets in the Bible who do exactly the same things that Lot does. Therefore, it's definitely reasonable to infer that Lot functions prophetically, even if the Bible does not assign him the title. In the Bible, for example, Jonah is called a prophet. He receives a warning for destruction and announces it to the public, just like Lot, except Lot didn't do it as publicly as Jonah. The Bible explicitly calls several figures prophets, Noah, for example, and Samuel and Jonah. Several figures called prophets who receive revelation warn of impending judgment, and they are ignored and are spared before destruction. Lot does these things in Genesis chapter 19. Therefore, when the Bible does not assign him the institutional title as a prophet, it's not far-fetched. It doesn't make anyone a trickster to assume that Lot is a prophet biblically in theory. And it's textually reasonable to regard Lot as functioning prophetically.
There's nothing impossible for God to do. And it is impossible for God to lie. Okay, so it's either God lied to the prophets or the prophets are lying. So let's go back now. 600 years after Jesus' death.
So yeah, I hope that this video was indeed beneficial, and I will see every single one of you in the next one. Peace.
Sorry, just give me a minute.